Buddhism is a religion that has had a profound impact on the world, and has produced many great teachers and leaders throughout its history. From the historical figure of the Buddha himself to modern-day teachers and activists, the Buddhist tradition has been shaped by a rich and diverse cast of characters. In this article, we will explore some of the most influential figures in the history of Buddhism, including the Buddha himself, as well as some of the great contemporary teachers and activists who have carried on his legacy. The Buddha, also known as Siddhartha Gautama, is the founder of the Buddhist tradition. Born in ancient India around 563 BC, the Buddha lived a life of luxury as a prince before renouncing his wealth and status to seek enlightenment. After a period of intense spiritual practice and meditation, the Buddha attained enlightenment and began teaching his insights to others. His teachings, which emphasize the importance of compassion, nonviolence, and mindfulness, have had a profound impact on the world, and have inspired countless people to seek greater meaning and purpose in their lives. Another important figure in the history of Buddhism is Thich Nhat Hanh, a contemporary teacher and peace activist. Born in Vietnam in 1926, Thich Nhat Hanh became a monk at the age of 16 and later founded the Order of Interbeing, a Buddhist community dedicated to social engagement and environmental activism. Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings emphasize the importance of mindfulness and compassion in daily life, and he has been an outspoken advocate for peace, social justice, and environmental sustainability. Thich Quang Duc is another important figure in the history of Buddhism, and is perhaps best known for his self-immolation in protest of the South Vietnamese government's persecution of Buddhists. Thich Quang Duc was a monk in the Vietnamese Mahayana tradition, and his act of self-sacrifice in 1963 drew international attention to the plight of Buddhists in Vietnam. His death was a catalyst for the Buddhist crisis in Vietnam, which ultimately led to the overthrow of the Diem regime. Other important figures in the history of Buddhism include Bodhidharma, a legendary monk who is said to have brought the Chan, Zen tradition from India to China, Nagarjuna, a philosopher who developed the Madhyamaka school of Buddhism, and Dogen, a Japanese Zen master who founded the Soto school of Zen. These figures, along with countless others, have shaped the Buddhist tradition and left a lasting impact on the world. In addition to these historical figures, there are also many contemporary teachers and activists who are carrying on the legacy of the Buddha and his teachings. One such figure is Thich Nhat Hanh, who we mentioned earlier. Another is Pema Chodron, an American nun in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition who has written extensively on the topics of mindfulness, compassion, and bravery. Pema Chodron's teachings emphasize the importance of facing our fears and insecurities with kindness and curiosity, and have been a source of inspiration for many people around the world. Another important contemporary figure in the world of Buddhism is the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader of the Tibetan people and a renowned teacher and author. The Dalai Lama's teachings emphasize the importance of compassion and nonviolence, and he has been a vocal advocate for human rights and religious freedom around the world. His efforts to promote peace and understanding between different religious traditions have earned him the Nobel Peace Prize and made him one of the most respected and admired figures in the world. Another influential figure in the history of Buddhism is the great Indian Emperor Ashoka, who ruled from 268 to 232 BCE. Born into the Mauryan dynasty, Ashoka was initially known for his military conquests and expansion of the empire. However, after witnessing the devastation and suffering caused by his wars, Ashoka underwent a spiritual transformation and became a devout Buddhist. Ashoka's reign was marked by a series of edicts, inscribed on pillars and rocks throughout his empire, in which he expressed his commitment to nonviolence, compassion, and social justice. These edicts, which are among the earliest known examples of written Buddhist texts, were intended to promote